My cat, Bartholomew, is a professional napper. He's so good at it, I'm convinced he's actually a furry, four-legged pillow that someone accidentally brought to life. He can nap anywhere, bookshelf, shoebox, even inside a lampshade. We once lost him for 6 hours. His energy level is always between just woke up and about to fall asleep again. He's not the life of the party. He's the after party, when there's just one guy asleep on the couch. My daily routine? Moving him from one sunny spot to another, like a personal assistant for a very lazy celebrity. He'd give me a slow blink like, "Thank you, human. Now fetch my tuna." The most excitement? Chasing a dust bunny for 3 seconds, then napping on it. His throne was a giant beanbag chair. He ruled with sleepy authority, king of comfort, sultan of slumber. So you can imagine my shock when, one Tuesday, the laziest cat on earth suddenly woke up, and chaos began. It was a Tuesday morning, a totally normal Tuesday. I was making toast. Bartholomew was, you guessed it, asleep on his beanbag throne. The toast popped up. But this time it didn't just pop, it launched. The toaster, which I'd bought on sale, decided to become a catapult. The toast flew through the air like a little crispy spaceship. It soared across the kitchen in a perfect arc and landed with a light thump right on Bartholomew's head. He was so deep in sleep he didn't even flinch at first. He just sat there with a piece of warm bread on his head, looking like he was wearing a very strange edible hat. For a moment there was silence. Then Bartholomew's eyes snapped open. They were wide. I'd never seen them so wide. He looked left. He looked right. He still hadn't realized the toast was on his head. He probably thought the sky was falling. Then he shook his head and the toast slid down over his eyes. That's when the panic set in. Total, absolute, bonkers panic. He leaped off the beanbag chair like it was made of lava. He started running around the living room in circles, completely blinded by the breakfast food. He was a furry torpedo of terror, and his guidance system was a piece of whole wheat toast. I was laughing so hard I could barely breathe. I grabbed my phone because nobody would ever believe this. He crashed into the leg of the coffee table. Bonk! He spun around and ran straight into the curtains, getting himself all tangled up. He looked like a ghost who had a bad breakfast experience. He was wailing this little meow of confusion, a sound I had never heard him make before. It was a mix between a question and a scream. It was the "Why is the world dark and smelling faintly of butter?" meow. It was pure, unadulterated, hilarious chaos. I managed to hit record just as he performed his grand finale. He did a backflip. I don't know how. I don't know why. It was an accidental, terrified, toast-fueled backflip. He landed perfectly. The toast flew off his face and he just froze. He looked at the toast on the floor, then he looked at me. Then he looked at the toaster, which was just sitting there innocently. He narrowed his eyes, let out a tiny hiss, and then, as if nothing had happened, he walked over to his water bowl for a drink. The whole thing lasted maybe 30 seconds. It was the greatest 30 seconds of my life. I couldn't stop watching the video. It was comedy gold. The toast launch, the blind panic, the backflip. It was like watching a cartoon happen in my living room. I sent it to my mom. She called me back, crying with laughter. I sent it to my best friend. He replied with about 50 laughing emojis. On a whim, I thought, the world needs to see this. So I uploaded it to YouTube. I titled it, "My Cat vs. Evil Toaster, The Toast Fights Back." I didn't think much of it. I figured maybe 100 people would see it. Maybe. I went to work and completely forgot about it. When I checked my phone during my lunch break, it was going crazy, buzzing, vibrating. It wouldn't stop. I had hundreds of notifications, thousands. The video had 50,000 views. By the time I got home from work, it was at 500,000. News websites were writing articles about it. People were making memes. There were GIFs of Bartholomew's backflip. Someone had even set the video to dramatic orchestra music. It was everywhere. My lazy, sleepy cat, who considered moving from the couch to the floor a major life event, was now an international superstar. It was bizarre. The comments were the best part. People from all over the world were weighing in. "That cat has more athletic talent than I do," one person wrote. Another said, "I'm on Team Toaster, that was a perfect shot." My favorite was from a user in Japan. "This is the hero we need." There were conspiracy theories too. People were analyzing the video frame by frame. Was the toast CGI? Was the cat a trained stunt actor? Was I secretly a Hollywood director? I was just a guy who owned a faulty toaster and a very dramatic cat. Life had gotten very strange, very quickly. Bartholomew, of course, was completely unaware of his newfound fame. He had no idea he was a global sensation. While the internet was losing its mind over his toast-induced acrobatics, he was back on his beanbag chair, fast asleep. He was probably dreaming about his next nap. I knelt down beside him and whispered, "Bartholomew, you're famous." He opened one eye, yawned, and went right back to sleep. He was totally unfazed. The world might have been obsessed with him, but he was still just my cat, the king of doing absolutely nothing. The next few weeks were a blur. I got emails from talk shows. Pet food companies wanted Bartholomew to be the face of their brand. One company even offered to send us a lifetime supply of catnip and a brand new, non-aggressive toaster. They wanted to fly us out to Los Angeles for a photo shoot. I tried to explain to Bartholomew that he was a celebrity now. I showed him his own memes on my laptop. He just sniffed the screen, sneezed, and walked away. He was not impressed. His only demand was that his dinner be served on time. Fame hadn't changed him one bit. We actually did a few interviews over video call. It was hilarious. A news anchor would ask a serious question like, "So what's next for the amazing toast cat?" And in the background, Bartholomew would just be licking his paw or trying to knock a pen off my desk. During one interview, he managed to step on the keyboard and end the call. The host thought it was the funniest thing ever. They called him a true diva. The truth was, he was just being a cat. He didn't care about contracts or publicity. He just cared about sunny spots and whether the food bowl was full. The whole experience was wild, but it taught me something. We all thought Bartholomew was just this lazy, boring cat. But inside that sleepy fur ball was a hidden superstar, just waiting for a piece of toast to bring it out. It made me realize that you can't judge a book or a cat by its cover. Sometimes the most ordinary things and the most ordinary pets have the most extraordinary surprises hidden inside them. You just have to be there, with your phone ready when the toaster decides to join the circus. It's a good reminder to find joy in the silly, unexpected moments. In the end, we turned down most of the big offers. Bartholomew wasn't cut out for the Hollywood lifestyle. His only real interest was, and always will be, napping. We did accept the lifetime supply of cat food though, and the new toaster is great. It gently raises the toast instead of launching it. Every now and then, I'll see a new comment on the video and I'll smile. Bartholomew is still a legend online, but here at home, he's just my cat. My sleepy, furry, occasionally acrobatic best friend. And right now, he's asleep on his beanbag, probably dreaming of toast.